Good evening, or afternoon, or morning, or wherever you are. Hi, Pete. I see you there. I knew that was coming. I knew the hydrate was coming from Pete, the hydrator. He always does stop spin just to do that. Because it's his bedtime. Now I'm busy sitting here trying to pick out some paints here to paint up this really cool rogue. I'm getting that corset because there are some minis that I do have in it. I know I heard that there's a lot of old minis in it, but so what if I don't own them all, or even most of them? It still is a good point. It's a good value for me to buy it. So there's plenty of minis in that set I don't have, including most of the Sophies. And I like the Sophies. I'm just trying to figure out what color. Maybe I'll make it her brown eyes. I'm not sure. Let's see. Like light brown eyes. How are you guys tonight? How was your weekend? That color, like I said, I'm trying to pick off the color because to do the eyes and the skin, it takes this many colors. Oh wait, no, it takes even more. It takes this many colors. Can't get them all in there. A bunch. So don't forget, if you have anything to share, please do. Otherwise, I'll, at some point during the evening, go to visit my Discord and see what people have left there as finished work. But I'm link friendly. Every day is weekend when you're retired. Yeah, that's true. And, well, I don't know what it's going to be like for me when I retire. It's actually not that far down the road either. For me. I'm a lot closer to retirement than where my starting point was. Get all these paints out of the way. But I don't know. I mean, my plan is to paint minis when I retire, if I can see them. That could be an issue. So let's see something. All right, so. Trying to look at, all right, so I do have a picture of what Rhonda Bender did on she painted this whole set. So I'm looking, basically I look at see exactly, what she painted, what on this thing. So what skin, what the eyes look like, why did you have to strip it down? Just paint over it. Unless it was something really, really bad. Usually I just repaint everything. I don't think I've ever had to strip anything. I've had to strip eyes. That's the one thing. At one time, a couple times my eyes would, I would just be unhappy with them to the point where I just kept adding paint. And eventually it's like, all right, I got to scrape it off because there's just too much. But usually I can paint over things. Oh, I don't know if PT is here, because he's the one. Oh, you got too much paint? Okay, I guess you can. But that's the only time. It's usually eyes that do it to me, which is the first thing I'm going to paint. So, I said, I don't think PT's around. Because he was wondering how to do faces and skin, so I was like, well, I'm going to be doing it tonight because I'm starting a new mini. Actually, let me look at one more thing on this. Okay, so that is, so her eye basically is just in here. Although I don't really care, as I said. Basically, the first thing I always do are the eyes. Actually, I'm going to trade these out for the Optivisor, but that's not going to last, I hope. I really hope my eyes are not already going so bad I can't see. minis anyways, even with those readers. Okay. This will help me see the eyes a little better. So I said, I'm going over the whole area. I don't care. You can see that for different versions. I go, yeah, there's a ton of different versions of the obsidian crypt out there. It's a popular piece. By the way, that Kickstarter that crypt came out and the whole graveyard set came out convinced me that if I like something, go for it, because otherwise then I end up with buyer's regret when I didn't buy something. And that was like the piece I didn't buy. I got lucky. And somebody had it. And they were just too busy to paint, so they sold it to me at cost, which was nice. Okay, gonna let that dry. So, as I said, if you notice, I went well outside the area, outside the eyes. But I'm gonna basically paint I'm gonna paint the flesh and everything. I haven't done anything, so who cares if I'm outside? So that's unfortunate, but hopefully it's stripped off okay. Yeah, I said it's outside. So if you see the way I did the eyes, they're outside the lines. See, I made the whites way bigger, and it's not white. It's actually it's polished bone. So I do it on purpose because I don't want to stress out over the eyes. Life is stressful enough, let me tell you. I don't have to tell anybody. You all know that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to put some pupils in this. I think I'm going to make her kind of glancing. Let's see. I think I'm going to have her glance to her right, which is over here. It's actually easier to paint eyes if you don't put the pupils dead center, although I tend to. So I put dots. You can draw lines across it, you can put little V's, but I actually draw dots. And once again, I don't care if I stay in the lines. It does not matter at this stage. Oh, let's see. I did pick out a brown. So I picked out a lightish brown, because I want to put a little color in her eyes. So the only way you can really see it is if you pick a light color. And even then, seeing it, well, you might need optimizers to see it. But I know it's there. You are watching the Red Sox. Are they winning or losing? Or did it just start? Might have just started, actually. They're my team. So I'm going to go here and try. My brush feels like it's fat. Why does my brush feel so fat? I said, I find it funny. You're not even from around here and you like the Red Sox, so. My brother is, of course, and he can't stand them. So I'm going to try to just dot a little bit of this brown. And if it doesn't, if I get too much, I'm just going to dot some black and like that's too much. Which is fine. Same thing for the other eye. So now what I'm going to do, 117 thing. Oh wow, that's right. No, they started early today. That's right. I remember when I saw the notification that the game had started. 117th. I'm disappointed in the performance against the Yankees, man. Only one game they won? Jeez. And they were winning the first one. So now I'm going to come in here. I'm going to sneak from this corner. I'm going to add a bit more pupil back in. And just leave like a crescent moon shape of the color. By the way, this is bonus. I'll say this again. This is more advanced. Do not feel like you have to try this. You could just put the black dot in and then continue after this. This is me going for bonus points. Alright, let's see if I can get into this side. Oh God, it's so small. I say that a lot these days. I know, I'm going to keep adding some more brown. I feel like it's not enough. This is why I'm a slow painter. So I'm going to do this again because I'm not thrilled. I think that is filled. Okay, so. Fortunately, I've been a little damn it. I've been a little distracted. So we're going to see me get to show how I build up enough paint to actually scrape the paint out of the eyes. Okay, strip it down. This is why I also say this is bonus points, so don't try this unless you're really comfortable with painting eyes or a masochist. Also, it's not helping that this thing is kind of in the way. Okay, actually I can see that pretty good. So, as I said, don't look like much yet. Now I'm going to go back into black. And I'm going to go from, basically I'm hitting it from the top corner here, the top, like right, my right. And leaving only a little bit, leaving a little bit of the brown left. This is going to be trickier. Because that thing, it said the arm's actually in the way. Or was having. I can't see it again. Okay. Brown is in there. Now, come on. Go away. See if I can sneak it from behind the thing. Behind the arm. Nope, because I can't. Wow, this thing is. I don't like this. Alright, that's. I can't win. Can't get the brush in there. I'm not going to pull this apart, but I'm going to make do with what I got here. I know it's not going to look good, but eventually it'll look good because I'm going to go back in when I'm done, and I'm going to basically give her some eyeliner. And I'll clean all that up. Just give me 1 sec. That's a. Oh, it is there. Alright, so I just said I'm going to clean that up, right? So I'm definitely going to clean that up. Oh gosh, it's a Meredith! Well, we'll see. These eyes are being a problem child. Actually, no, I'm going to do this first. This stupid arm is in the way. I just want to make it look better, though. How you doing tonight, Meredith? Hey, did you stream on Saturday? Because no one else did. This one's not so super hard to get to. The other one, though. Jeez Louise. This one's the one that's hard because of the set that the torch-bearing arm is so in the way. It says getting a little one to bed now is sick with sign. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. I'm not digging this right. Her left eye. Ah! So this is what said. Seriously, this is, to me, this is a good example of what to do. You know, don't panic. Just keep playing with it until it's something, you know, until you're happy with it. And you know what else I do feel like? Nope, the other eye does. I think for starters, the right hand eye is also more closed, which is making it harder. I mean, it is all there. You'll never see it on that camera, but okay. It is all there. Pithy's not, nah. I'm just a masochist, that's all. That phone screen. Let's see, how's it looking on my actual... Flip it back. We'll just show that side. Honestly, you can't see the little dotted color. That's why I said don't try this unless you're a masochist, honestly. So now I'm going to make her a little... I'm going to make her a little bit... I'm not going to make her a little bit darker, not totally pale Caucasian. I'm starting with this Warrior Flesh, which is a darker Caucasian color. If I can get out of the bottle. What the heck is... I know I used it. Where did it go? There it is. So I used my pokey stick. Matt, by the way, Matt, if you have anything you want to share, if I missed anything, I'm really sorry. But if you have anything you want to share, I'm link friendly, so. Now we're going to go over this with my darkest flesh tone. I'm just going to leave a little bit of my line there. It's not that hard to do, really. Because basically you don't have to cover everything, you just have to cover part of it and leave a little bit of the line showing or whatever. It does make it a lot easier when you're covering up. Now I'm going to do this, and that's when I'm going to decide I hate the other eye. Usually that happens. Sometimes I have to paint it to figure out what it actually looks like. What in the hell is my husband doing? I can hear him beating on something in there. Wait, that sounds wrong. Don't mind me. I'm just a terrible, terrible person. Okay, I don't hate it. Completely. I don't hate it. Yeah, it looks okay. I still want a little more brown. You know what? I'm going to stop playing with it. I'm going to just, let's see. Not sure if I just... Okay, I can see that little brown. Hi, Cyrus. How are you? You got to paint now. So I've seen you got a lot of the that sword you're 3D printing done. Is it done yet? Is the rest of it done? Yes, 5 out of 12. Part 6 will be done tomorrow. Cool beans. You've all come here to watch me get frustrated in an eye. I got... Her right one looks pretty good. The left one, I'm still tweaking because I'm not really thrilled with it. But sometimes that's what it takes. I'm also having some. It's that I'm basically I'm having issues getting into this. I have one other brush I might be able to do a better job with. I believe we saw that, right? You posted it, didn't we? And I think Lauren was asking like all sorts of questions about it. If that's the one. Okay, this brush I'm finally happy with. So I had a few issues with this Winsor Newton, but now it seems to be a lot better holding a point. As I keep freaking catching the thing I don't want to catch. I'm not adding a lot of paint every time I do this, so. As I said, don't mind me. This is just This is me being an idiot trying to put an eye color in. That's why I tell you all don't do that unless you painted a lot of eyes and are comfortable trying it. But I can show you, this is what I mean by it can be very frustrating. Especially when there's an arm in the way. There was the arm in the way and it keeps knocking my brush into where I want the brown. So it keeps taking out my brown completely. That's what the problem is. Alright, so I can try something else. I'm going to even fill in where the white is. And just try to get a little bit of the brown. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my white. Damn it. I'm telling you right now, it's this arm. I got the other one. Everyone saw I got the other eye really nice. And this eye I can't get it all because the arm is in the way. Don't mind me. It said, don't mind me. See, this is just to prove that I don't do everything super well the first time through. Sometimes it takes a few passes. Frick this stupid arm. I'm really tempted to cut the damn thing off. I really am tempted to cut it off. Basically, I'm kind of starting over here. Well, I'm not starting over. Okay, that's better, actually. That's better? Problem is, I want to come in from this angle, but this thing, it said it's in the way. If I can come from the top. Actually, I'm going to leave it. That's okay. Drink from the shot glass. Yes, because I replenished. Alright, you know what? Before I drink from the shot glass, I'm going to friggin' do the final step. Where the heck did I put it? I took the white paint off. Where's my white paint? Up there it is. Because the bottle really isn't white anymore. I've got all this crud on it. Because I do tend to put a little fleck of color. A little flick of white. No, I'm going to do the other eye first. Damn it. It's this friggin' arm. Also, I think the paint is a little watery. No, I'm going to switch. I'm going to the other brush. I will get that. I said I will get that in a minute, but I'm going to friggin' do this first. Just kind of dot a little bit. That's her on her eyelid, damn it. This eye is not supposed to be that hard to do. Adding a little more black to it to see if I can have a little bit more of a place to hit this. It's also not becoming like a white dot. It's like diffusing too much. I almost want my white dot to be thicker because I want it to really cover in a bead. Did pretty good on the other side though. I'm going to go back over part of that because that's still part of her, like, part of the eyeliner. All I want is a little tiny bit. Good. I managed to paint myself instead of the mini. First world problems, right? First world painter problems? Okay. And then one final thing, and then I'm taking a shot. Because God knows I friggin' need it tonight. Okay. Let's see. Let me stick it there for a sec. Let's see if it can. Well, that's the best I can do. So okay. So here's the shot glass. The boob glass. All right. Where did I put my? So it's a slightly bigger bottle because it was on sale. And I'm going to take this off. I think I'm going to take this off. Now that the eyes are done, I may not need it. All right. Everyone's got quiet. The only chat here is my pretzel rocks. All right, Kevin, this is for you. Every time it gets a few less coughs. It's so good. I tell you what, since I'm taking a break, after that stressful, oh my God, that stressful thing, let's go to Discord. Let's see what people are up to. Now, I did not have stream this weekend, so there definitely was there definitely some finished work in there. I don't remember. Oh yeah, no, I left off at the tank. That's what it was. I think I left off the tank. So let's see. Streamlabs. Let's go to display pics and. So of course I finished Grog on the last stream. I'm really happy with the way he came out. Especially the non-metal metallic, I think actually came out nice on the axe. So, but enough about me. Our friend Smart Goblin made this. It's got to be for a Starfinder thing with the dried flower on his head. It looks like it's green stuff. He actually took green stuff and painted. I'm not sure if he did. I would assume he painted it, other than the eyes, but it's so adorable. It's gotta be, knowing him, I believe it's Starfinder thing. Yes, for Starfinder raffle. And then Shinerd, he actually put this up. It was a 3D printed thing that he got of this awesome skeletal pirate, and he did a real quick paint on it to make it look ghostly. It is cute, Mini Mommy. It absolutely, that Raxolite actually is adorable. This is not so adorable, but it's really cool. He is sleeping right now. I was hoping PT was going around because he talked about doing faces and stuff, but So this was the Marvel figure, Cable, I believe it was, with that shield. I think the shield looks really cool. I like the sculpt of it. He did a nice job. Really nice job considering he's I think he's somewhat new to painting. But I do like it, and he did a good job on all those straps. And then Mini Mommy, who finished the Rogue's partner. I like it. I like it. I should actually consider that when I paint her up, figure out the clothes, make it match yours, right? So I see some lovely little non-metal metallic details there. I'm not doing that. I think I'm going to use actual, I don't know, I'll think about it. Well, of course, I really dig. I like, of course, your colors are always so spot on. But I really like the yellow with this purple. Pinky purple, magenta. I'll call it magenta because that's what it is. And it looks really nice with the fact that non-metal metallic looks almost purplish. I really like it. This is a great little series of minis. They're so small. I wish I went true metal metallic. Yeah. I'm debating what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure because I do have I want to get her done, and I want to get the Nightingale done pretty quickly because I want to get back to Critical Role stuff. I really like those Critical Role minis, and the next one up is Pike. So very nice though, very nice submissions. Thank you guys for submitting. And as I said, if anybody has stuff they want to share on, although you know what, maybe I'll go to 3D printing here. I know normally I don't do work in progress, but you know what? How much? So what have you got the other side to do? Because that looks almost complete. That's it. That's fine. Finish it, Crimson, and then I'll put it on. It's motivation. But this is gonna be amazing when it's done. I mean, that looks almost like it's done anyways. Printing. Oh God, why am I yawning? All right, I shouldn't be yawning. All right, let's go back to this, and let's go back to this. I mean, I said, you can always, if you got links on Twitter and stuff that you want to do, by all means, share those. It is a nice sword, and oh, so wait, that's right. You had the lizard thing, Crimson. You weren't done with that, huh? My other work in progress, of course, my work in progress are these little kobolds for snow sniff. God, I can't pronounce it. I really, these kobolds are adorable. I think they're really cute. But I got some of them have got some clothes on them now, but. So I want to get these done, and then I got it. Well, actually, tomorrow I'm going to start some Eldar for commission work, and I'll get back to those once I try to get as much of the Eldar done as possible. I did prime them tonight, so. Ugh. All right, let's get back to painting her face. And her skin. Because that's the thing. I will paint all the skin together. Just because I have the paint out, might as well use it. I do really like these. As I said, I like this particular set that's in the core set for Reaper, for the Bone 6. take a look at it. I mean, it depends. If you like to collect minis, it's a great way to collect minis. Because you're not going to get them cheaper retail. There are, I mean, the one thing I heard is there are a number of minis that comes and says AFK and then my phone rings. Yeah, if you want to get a collection of minis in 2 years, because it'll take 2 years for it to get here, go in on Bones. Or go in on the... Actually, it's interesting, because they have the $125, which basically usually is the core set. But the way it's worded is you can use that $125 for anything. Not just the core set. But I'm buying the core set because I don't own... There's a lot of minis there that I don't own and I would like. Even though it probably will be like all the others. It'll sit there unpainted. I'm sad to my pile of shame. So now I said I'm going to go and I'm going to do her arms. Her legs are completely covered. She's got really high boots. She's got thigh-high boots and pants. They're not even like tight pants. They're actually just pants. Before the stream tonight, I was sitting there trying to think of colors for her clothes. I'm thinking I might want to go... Knowing me, purples, dark purple. She's a rogue, so I'm going to go with dark colors. And I'm thinking, of course, a purplish direction. Because it's me. I love purple. In case anyone hasn't figured that out yet. I'm pretty sure everybody on here knows that I love purple. It's the best color. Although I'm going to probably do everything I'm thinking of highlighting purple. I'm going to start with black. Oh, wait, is Kevin... Sorry, did Crimson did not come back, did he? Because I actually know the next day, he might have seen it already though, of the next painting party. Of course, if anyone ever flies in and is visiting, you know, Massachusetts and New Hampshire, you can always come. But it is the date I originally said it was going to be. It's going to be the last weekend of April. So, I have a lot going on this month, like always. I just feel like I have a zillion things going on. I have basically, I've got a convention this month. There'll be no Saturday stream on the. What day is it? I think on my calendar is big. I can read it from here. I believe that'll be the 23rd. I'm going to have a stream that day because I will be at Rising Phoenix Con, which is a brand new gaming con that was supposed to be out like 2 years ago, and the pandemic kind of killed it. Bad pandemic. Hey, Cyrus, are you still lurking around? Because, inquiring minds want to know. Are you getting your wife a cat? Because I think she said that if you bought another printer, you were going to have to get her a cat. And no, it doesn't count saying that the cat bought the printer. One of your existing cats bought the printer. I wonder if you're getting her another cat. If you're still somewhere around. She's got like a, yeah, this rogue is wearing like a sleeveless shirt, so. I just had a thought, but I don't know if I want to do it. Because it's going to be a lot of work. So one of the things I could do, I've done it before, is it might be cool is to put like sheer fabric on her arms. The deal is she can get a cat, not that I would get one for her. Well, I think you should be a good husband and get her one. Get one for her. You need to help pick it out. I mean, you've got to live with the cat too. No, that's not what she's talking about. I suppose you could. That would be kind of funny, actually. But I'm pretty sure that is not what she means. I will laugh if you print her up one. Seriously, I will totally laugh if you print her up. As long as it's one of the types that she asked for. So how many 3D printers does that make it now? Seriously. Are you up to 10 yet? Don't mind me while I get all this flesh covered. Jesus. Well, it is colored, being colored. It's going to need another coat too. She actually has eyebrows that I can add on. Once I figure out, it's a shame. I thought I figured out what color hair was going to be. 10. So you do have 10. I was wondering. I was like, is it possible you actually have 10 printers now? You know, Cyan, everyone, people think I, have a lot of minis, having like 2,000 unpainted minis. And that could be a problem. But I think maybe you might have a problem. We have 10 3D printers. At some point, maybe I'll have one. Some point. After this year. Because what I might do is this year my commission money is going to Disney World. For a second honeymoon. But I should be able to easily save up for one. Because after Disney World, I really don't have another thing I'm saving up money for other than our bank account. But a 3D printer might be nice. You said wait, is this when you had none? You said, I don't have a problem, I have ambition. Oh my lord. There's a way to say it. Oh, I can say that too, I guess, right? I don't have a problem with owning so many minis. I have ambition. Although I never claimed I was going to paint them all. That's for sure. I never promised you I was going to paint all those minis. Just making sure that the skin looks pretty smooth. Oh, one other thing. I do plan on doing this. Doing a little OSL on this. She's got this lovely little torch. And it kind of begs for some OSL. So I'm planning on trying to do some. I'm going to try to do it in the way I was taught too at ReaperCon. Which is basically, I'm going to paint her hair. I'm going to go actually put some white and highlight it up to white. And then I'll put the color of the torch on there. Oh yeah, I meant to ask. So he said, and I said I was only going to get one as well. So does that mean, did you say that when you had none? I guess is the question. Do one more thing. I'm going to start futzing with the eye again here. I killed a lot of my... I noticed I killed a lot of the white highlight. I want a little more than what was there. Damn it. When I got my first one, I saw people with a bunch on YouTube. Figured I didn't need all that, but then I needed to print a giant Kirby. Didn't have the build volume. And then the little Pikachu, the larger machines are overkill. Do you have a different purpose for every machine? I guess is the question I have. And I need a machine for my, ABS and PETG plastics. Okay, yep. And I want to make a mini, so I need a resin printer. Oh, so basically you do have like a different purpose for every printer, right? I mean, wow. What is going on with my freaking camera? What is going on with the whole thing? Okay, I know I had a shot. Does it look fuzzy to everybody? Yeah, it doesn't look fuzzy on Streamlabs. Why does everything look so fuzzy? I'm gonna see if it's me or if it's Twitch. Streamlabs shows it looks fine. Why does everything look so bad? And trust me, your type is clear, everything's clear, just my cameras are like that's weird. I'm reloading. Nope, it's me! For some reason, really weird, Twitch suddenly was really blurry. Like just my picture, my camera, my thing. Like I could see your chat. The chat looks fine and clear, and everything else on my screen does. Just my stream looked blurry. So I didn't know if that was everybody or that was just me. And for some reason, I think it's just me. I reloaded and it seems to be okay. That is really weird. So Crimson, I did post a date. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I did post a date for the next painting party. It is going to be the 24th of March. Because Sunday. Now I'm looking and seeing if there's anything I need to cover up. So I just suddenly realized why it was probably not a great idea to skip dinner. Admittedly, I have, we had a little stress here. A little thing that was causing me a lot of stress, but I think it'll be okay. And I got to check in with hubby to see if he figured anything out. We're doing our, oh no, sorry, April. Sure. Yeah, next year will be the next painting party. You know what I mean. So, couldn't remember if we had a stimulus. But hubby did taxes. Couldn't remember if we had gotten a third stimulus. And I wonder if that's still in doubt. So he put it on there as no, we didn't, because he didn't find any payments. And then he says, I think I found a payment into our savings. I'm like, you didn't freaking look there? However, apparently the IRS will fix the mistake for you and we can go online and pay. We actually owe a little. Our taxes are pretty much like dead on. So we're paying exactly the right amount. So yeah, that was stressful. So I didn't by the time we were done dealing with it, I didn't have time for dinner. So I just kind of started streaming. And it's like, maybe that was a bad idea, putting the shot reward back when I didn't have dinner. Okay, so I think, I'll say I'm doing okay though, because she looks pretty good. I am going back over things a lot, but honestly, I was doing that when I was sober. All right. Another 15 minutes overtime. That's right, it is Monday night, so it's overtime Monday. So if people want to blow channel points, You may not, but someone may come on and do it. So if you want both channel point, 1,000 channel points, I'll work. I'll keep working until, well, there's no more overtime. Thanks, Roy the Ball GM, for that idea. And that was really cool because on Mondays, I really don't mind if I continue painting on. In fact, the thing that I find is interesting is like when I go off stream, I kind of wish I wasn't because I really like painting. Alright, I'm going to take, what do I want to do? I'm going to take, alright, so I'm going to take some of the color I was using, that I use for like my shadow and my lining. So it's a brown. It's what I did around the eyes. And I'm going to go back into some of these areas and I'm going to define them. This is also, actually, this color I use for lining is basically, it's a Viejo Air paint. It's like sepia toned. And I thought it's worked really well. Plus, it's because it's an airbrush paint, it is really thin. So I think it's great for lining things. In fact, you do it right. I'm going to go over this, by the way. I like using it to line, like stuff like this, you know, like it's great for skin tones. Sepia is good for skin, as a shadow for skin. So basically I'm going around the high areas and where I feel like I need a little bit of shadow. I said if it's too much, I'm going to go over it with the paint. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's the only thing is I find that for edge lining, I like a thicker paint because I want something that's really going to kind of stick to the edges and not run. Air paints tend to be very thin, so they tend to run a bit more. So that's why I said I don't use it for edge lining, but I do it for the shadowing. It was an interesting, by the way, it was a very interesting discussion this morning, pointed discussion this morning about, you know, using primer on Reaper Bronze. And if you notice, I'm not using any primer on her. But then it said, we're working differently. Now for my single minis, I don't really want to use contrast. Contrast is good paint, great paint for doing like armies and especially like figures. I don't think it's so great for a lot of flat surfaces because it can definitely be blotchy. But I do like it for figures. And blotchy, especially in the, God, was it, you know, the 40th century there. 41st? The 40th century, you know, blotchies to me totally works. But when I'm doing something like this, I find contrast isn't contrasty enough. I want fairly deep shadows and I want fairly light highlights that really pop. And I find contrast just doesn't do enough. But I said, for an army, it's perfect. For minis, you're just trying to slap some paint on and get them on the tabletop. Perfect. But if you really are trying to push your painting to that next level, and I'm trying to do that, then it's just not quite. It's not bad for base coat. I also think it's good for if I thin it a bit, it's not bad for a wash either. When I'm doing something like this. So that's why, as I said, also I feel like And prime is it. You can prime these. I mean, but you can't. Don't use spray primer because then they'll end up tacky. That's the only bad thing, is it does end up tacky. The bones material ends up tacky. But go for it. Use paint on. And I said, I imagine paint on will work fine because the issue is more with the aerosol. It's the aerosol etches the mini and it gets sticky. So that's a little bit about if you're on the Discord and knows what I posted this morning in response to Crimson. I thought it was a great topic to bring up. And that was just said, it's just my point of view that I save a little time by just base coating underneath the parts I want to hit with the contrast paint if I'm doing that. If I am doing a quick monster. You know, I only do those areas. I don't, basically usually when you prime something, you prime the whole thing. And I imagine you did prime the whole thing. But in my case, I said I like to me it saves a little time if you don't have to prime it. But that depends on what you do. Yeah, I'm going to take that out. I feel like these lines are a little bit on the thicker side, so I'm going back into my base coat for my flesh. And I'm going to see if I can thin them out just a hair. I definitely did around here because that was way too thick. Actually, I like it like that. I like what I did in the hand there. I sort of kind of just... Definitely going to thin that out. I'm going back in and sort of blending things. I know I still have to do this kind of thing on her face. What time is it? It's 8:21. Okay, great. The goal really tonight is just to get her, get the basic skin tones done. So I'm just going in and lining some of these parts, maybe by her nose. Definitely up in her hair. As I said, any little spots, I'm just going to go back over with my base flesh tone, which I'm using Warrior Flesh, which is a darker flesh tone. My goal too is to leave this in a point where I can photograph and post it and not be ashamed of it. So there definitely needs more work done on this. But it's really easy to clean stuff up. So I got a little on her face here that I didn't want to necessarily get. Go back over her nose. Her nose is one of those spots you're definitely going to want to highlight. Nose should be one of the lightest spots on the entire on her entire face. I actually had I was talking to PT on our server about faces. You basically, when you highlight things, you want to highlight, you want your lightest spots rather to be like the forehead, the nose, the tops of the cheeks, and the chin especially. You could do a little along here too. It's weird because it looks, you think under the nose would be more shadowed, but it looks weird. Like I've always I try to leave it dark and I hate it. Definitely put a shadow under her lip. I put one under her nose, around her nose, and of course around the eyes. Oop, I missed a spot for the shadowing. Yeah, that arm is done. I'm doing her left arm. Did I kill that a little too much? I think I did. That's better. Okay, now her face has got some details to it. definitely want to keep under her chin shadowed. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the second color. So I'm going to use Fair Shadow, which is, you know, I think that's pretty good as a mid-tone for this. I'm going to see, I think the Warrior Flesh is a little darker. So this should be pretty good for a mid-tone. But it's not, it's the fair shadow, it's not the fair, you know, it's not just fair skin. So I want to make her a little bit darker. Like, you know, she does a lot of adventuring. So I'm going to leave a little bit of the, up in here, a little bit, you know, in that original color. I'm going to paint her nose. You may have to do little blendings. Maybe. It does dry darker, so best bet is to let it dry fully and see where you're at. So this is the mid-tone, so I'm going to paint in everything that's not in shadow. It's like her cheeks there, and the side of her face. Under her nose. The other cheek. And I think I'll leave in there a bit towards that darker base coat I did. A lot of this is in shadow. Is there anything that's maybe a little bit down towards this bottom edge? Alright, and now to her arms. I'm going to actually add a drop of water to this. I feel like it needs to be a hair thinner. Oh, what the fuck? Twitch, stop doing that. I don't want to see a scrolly wheel. I suppose if I'm the only one seeing a scrolly wheel, that's okay. So I did water this down a little bit. It was a little too thick for my liking. Definitely gonna leave those little spots that are recesses alone. Got a little bit of paint in the little recess there. I don't want the recesses to be lighter. For sure. Yikes. This is, I can go back in there, that's fine. I usually tend to highlight along that section right there. Along the, it's not the knuckles, I think. That's not the knuckles. So I'm trying to just hit along this part of the hand. That needs a little lightening there. Going back here with a little bit of the darker color. And then I want to go back and do the other arm. I'm just saying any areas I think are going to be seen in the light. I mean the ambient light, not so much the torch light. There's the front. So this is a mid-tone, so quite a bit of the skin is going to get this. Actually, that is the knuckles. Why am I... Oh, God. Yes, I tend to highlight the knuckles of things, of hands. They tend to stick out. Gotta hold this in here. This slightly lighter flesh tone. Looks pretty good. Then I'm gonna get my highlight color, which is called Scholar Flesh, which is a really light flesh tone. This is not actual like Reaper Triad. This is one I just kind of made up because I wanted to start with that Warrior Flesh. Although Scholar Flesh and Warrior Flesh may be part of a Triad, I'm not sure. Now I'm gonna just start hitting higher areas. So it's going to be a much smaller amount of, smaller amount of areas I'm covering with this paint. Basically where the light is strongest. I don't want to do those fingers at all. I know I have to go do her nose and her base. Let's see. Maybe I'll do that next. Definitely want to get her nose. And the high part of her forehead. That's most in the light. Tops of the cheeks. I got the chin in a sec. this in a little bit. Grab a little more because there's the chin. Gonna add a little under her. And then that just leaves her other arm. Very much using the side of my brush for this, trying to just catch the tops of those fingers. And I'm going to hit the knuckle here. Top of the hand here, and the knuckle, and let's see, the top of this arm. I usually go with my light going down. Alright. That's pretty good. I'm going to redo a little bit along, because I keep playing with this eye. There we go. Alright, so I want to make her lips. I want to make them red, but I don't want to make them too red. So I take a little like this. This is an old color, gory red. Nice, fairly deep red color, but I'm also going to tone it back with a little bit of my flesh tones. Makes a really pretty good lip color. So yeah, usually I take a deep red and I mix some of the flesh tone in it. to... I don't know if I can... Oops, I was gonna just try a shadow into the top of the upper lip, but I think I killed my color. It's okay. I'll put it back once I make some more. I think it's getting a little too... It's getting wet. Which honestly isn't bad for trying to paint something like this. So the bonus points on lips is if you can put a little bit of a tiny little white highlight, because lips are shiny. Just a little tiny, that's the tiniest white dot. Sort of glazing a little bit of the base coat on there because I feel like, and then add a little bit of this color back in. I'm trying to blend this in the forehead. I'm gonna shadow this little. I know that's a name. This part of your nose. I know it has a name. I want to shadow it just a little bit. Okay, I just basically try to blend that in a little more. It's gonna be an eyebrow in there somewhere. Yeah, I didn't want want that to be too sharp a color. Just a little bit. All right. What have we got left? We got about 15 minutes because of the overtime. Let's see. Anybody else do overtime? I don't think so, though. So we're going to overtime. Actually, I think what I'm going to do. So what should I do with my 15 minutes overtime? I could start. You need more. You need more. Oh, what do I want to do? Let me see. Actually, I think the first thing I do, I'm going to start painting the shirt. Because why not? Actually, I think I'm going to paint, well, just base coat all the clothes black. And the necklace, there's a necklace here. I'm just going to go over it. I've yet to decide what color her hair is. You know, maybe I'll make the pants. Actually, I was thinking maybe make the pants a warm gray. So maybe I won't do them black. But the boots I'll start black. I don't know what's going on, but my nose is like stuffy. I'm not really sure why. Although I do think I have allergies this time of year. So that could be why. But it hasn't been my nose, it's been my throat. Or anything else. It's bad because it's Easter week and I have to sing the end of the week. There's one boot. Das Boot. Work around the sword scabbard, which I've yet to figure out what I'm going to do with any of that right now. Oh shoot, I caught her pants. Well, I can take care of that. I'm gonna see if I can wash some of this out. If you're quick, you can actually wash it off. I mean, it's not too big a deal because I haven't, I still have to paint it. Okay. I know I bounced it off screen. All I was doing is washing paint off. I know I base coat on the black. I think I'm going to do the boots kind of a warm gray. Like a dark warm gray. And then I'm going to do the pants like a light. Maybe I'll do a tan or something. I do have a color in here somewhere.
that's not it. I have ebony flesh, but that's not the color I was thinking of.
This Army Painter wait, is it Darkstone? I think it's Darkstone. Because it's a pretty warm, really dark gray that I really like. I feel like her boots they're kind of soft boots. So they're not like super shiny. Shiny, it's like you want smaller highlights. On not so shiny, you want larger highlights. So I basically say this is kind of the mid-tone color. So I'm covering quite a bit of this boot with it. Sort of making it like an old, almost like it'd be cool to kind of do a dusty pair of boots. Old and worn and very comfortable. Basically, all I'm really leaving black are the recesses. Although I'm going to debate when I leave some of this black. Let's see. Now I'm definitely going to highlight the lighter sides more than underneath here, but even in the recesses you do need some highlights. But the highlights are going to be fairly dark. They're going to be basically just the midtone. The midtone, in dark areas, the midtone is the highlight. In areas that are really exposed to light, the midtone is the shadow. So even in the shadows, you have recesses and things too, so you want to make sure they read as recesses. Oh, okay. Let's see. It's 3 minutes to go, so here, let me put her down. I don't think I'm going to start anything new. I hope that 15 minutes, or almost 15 minutes, was good enough. But that's the beginnings of her. This was a mini. Let me push that back up. This was a mini that you could get for free. I don't know if they're still doing the promo. But it's a mini you could get for free during the month of March. And it's a Bone 6 preview. So check out Reaper Bone 6 if you're definitely into collecting and you want to start a mini collection that you're going to get in about 2 years. Trust me, it's worth it. I love collecting these things. Even if they never get painted. Where am I going to be this week? I'm going to be busy this week on streaming. Tomorrow night I should be on Between the Rolls, where we are doing our world building project. And basically I have to take my countries. I have 2 countries I'm developing. And I got to find a couple of, what was it, like geologic features or something like that. Actually, our fearless leader has a really cool idea for it. I don't know if he's on tomorrow or if he's on the next one in 2 weeks. So I'll be on that. That's at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on MHobo Week. Thursday, also on MHobo Week, also at 8 o'clock Eastern, will be the Cred campaign, which is our Call of Cthulhu meets D&D 5e campaign, where I play my kind of crazy half-elven ranger named Anja Yeager. And she's about to see a big change. Like a really big change. To what I had planned on doing, and because somebody died in the party, something's changed. That'll be fun. That'll be so much fun. It's a really good campaign. I mean, it's fun to watch. And that's MHobo Week. I will, of course, be on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock 30. What the frick? At 8:30 Eastern Time, I'll be painting again on this channel. And Saturday, of course, I'll be back here the day before Easter. Although I'm going to keep working on her. I don't really have any Easter minis, but that's okay. Unless I can find something, maybe I'll take a quick break from everything. But or then I could paint the thing I was working on at the painting party. But I think I'm gonna keep that for the painting party. It was a fairy, so. And I think that's all. And I think I am going to. Well, I guess we could go raid Walter's workshop. But there's only 5 of us. But Walter's cool. Oh, and I'm tired. Although I do want to do some more painting of little kobolds. Well, thank you for tuning in on this Monday night. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I hope I see you on Wednesday. And so let's go. Reading Walter's workshop. I'm glad there's somebody on. Oh, and of course, if you're around at 10:30 Eastern, Gareth will be streaming again. I'm not sure what he's working. I know he was working on, I think, a dragon, and he had this whole really cool terrainy base, but I'm not sure if he's still doing that. So all right. So let's go raiding. All right. Thank you so much. I said I hope I see you on Wednesday at 8 o'clock or tomorrow night. And happy painting.
You may all say you can.